Prior to the 1950s and 60s, students with any kind of physical, emotional, or mental issues were primarily considered uneducable. The only choices available to parents were to educate their child at home or institutionalize him or her, period. The concept of least restrictive environment took hold in the educational system in the 1960s, and public schools began to educate students with special needs. Today, I want to talk about why special needs children should be included in the classrooms. I will talk about the IDEA, Individuals with Disabilities Act, reasons why some people feel special needs children should not be included in the classrooms, and reasons why they should be included. My son is a special needs student and has always been in the classroom. He gets pulled out for speech, otherwise he stays in class all day, and this has worked well for him. The placement of students with disabilities age 3 through 21 in appropriate settings has been an integral part of Individuals with Disabilities Education Act since its enactment. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IDEA, requires that a continuum of placement options be available to meet the needs of the students with disabilities. The law also requires that to the maximum extent appropriate, children with disabilities are educated with children who are not disabled, and that special classes, separate schooling, or other removal of children with disabilities from the regular environment occurs only when the nature or severity of the disability is such that education in regular classes with the use of supplementary aids and services cannot be attained satisfactorily. IDEA Section 612(5)(b). Three basic principles are included in the federal mandates. Placement is based on the student's individualized education program, IEP. Placement is the least restrictive environment, and a continuum of alternative placement option is available to all students with disabilities. Some people feel that special needs children should not be included in the classroom. The reason why some people feel that special needs students should not be included is, in some cases, they can be a distraction from the rest of the class. All students, special need or not, can be a distraction in the class. My son has an aide, and he does sometimes have to leave the class, but his aide takes him to another room, and the class is not disrupted, and then he comes back. Another reason is it slows down the rest of the class. Some parents feel that having children who are in need of special education in a regular class can take away from the time the teacher has to spend with other children. If the student needs that much extra attention, then they should have an aide that works with the child. My son has an aide that's in class with him, and she's able to help him and prevent from the teacher having to take time away from him, and he still gets the attention that he needs. Another reason is some people feel that the children who are in need of special education may not be getting the attention they need. This is what the IEP, Individual Education Plan, is for. This plan is for the special provisions that the child needs and to be able to support them. Although some special needs children may not be getting the attention they need, others will. It's based on the individual child, and if they can be taught in the classroom, they should be. There are some severe special needs children who would not benefit from the classroom, but there are a lot of special needs students who benefit more by being in a classroom. Some of the reasons why special needs children should be included in the classroom is so they will not feel any different from the other children. One thing that many parents want is for their child to be treated like any other child and for them to feel the same as others. By being in a normal classroom environment, they can still be a part of the class. Another thing is parents feel that it will help them to learn to work in a group environment. Just because a child is in need of help in order to learn does not mean that they're not smart. In fact, these children are very bright. It's just that they learn differently from others. Isolating them is not the answer. Some school districts tend to take children who are in need of special education and place them by themselves for the entire school day so that they do not interfere with the other children. But this does not allow them the socialization that all children need. Prior to the 50s and 60s, students with any kind of physical, emotional, or mental issues were primarily considered uneducable. The concept of least restrictive environment took hold in the educational system in the 60s, and public schools began to educate children with special needs. I talked a little bit about the Individuals with Disabilities Act, why some people feel that students with special needs should not be included in the classroom, and why special needs students should be included in the classroom. There may be some special needs children who will not benefit from being in the classroom, but there are a whole lot who do benefit from being in the classroom. And those children who benefit from being in the classroom should be allowed to be included in the regular class.